Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 74 of the Everything Motor Racing podcast. Hope you've had a nice week, as always. A little bit different this time because for the first time in, I think, our history, we don't have Jacob. Meaning there's going to be less arguments and...
it's going to be like a 30-minute pod.
It's going to be over and done with so quickly.
Oh, it's going to be horrendous. But it means we also don't have his superior knowledge. So I'm going to ask you two for riders of number 74, please.
Hang on, I'm just Googling it. Wait.
Oh, come on.
I'm just going to admit, like I do every week, that I have no idea of any 74 riders.
So disappointed in a pair of you, to be honest.
Why?
Is it someone obvious?
Yes, very obvious.
Yeah, now that I've Googled it.
Okay, retired in the Premier Class. Obvious. MotoGP legend, obvious.
No thoughts running through my mind right now.
Well, Cameron, thankfully, I have got some from Jacob. So, the main major one is Dajiro Kato, of course. And then you've got who raced in Moto2 this year, Peter Bajczykowski.
All right.
Then there's a lot more. So, we have got Davey Todd, who is the Stock 1000 champion as of this weekend in BSB.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Carter Brown, who is runner-up in the British Talent Cup this year, also raced in the CEV Moto2 and European Talent Cup championships this year. You have got Daniel Russo, who is not a rider. Ignore that. But you have got... There is a guy, I can't remember his name, just Juanan something. He is a son of, there's like the Gas 74 karting. He is a son of the owner of that, and he's a very, very fast Spanish rider. He's like 15. You've got Kenzai Matsudera, who runs 74. He's Japanese. He is a Moto America rider. He's also raced in the... Remember, like at the end of last year, Valencia, they did like that mini Moto Evale Cup finale.
Mm-hmm.
He represented America in that. He's winning pretty much everything at Evales at the moment. He's only 11. He's great.
Very cool.
He's great. Kenzai. You've got Jamie Van Sicklerus, who's in the BSB at the moment, was in World Supersport. You've got CEV Moto3 rider Alex Gordon as well, who races for the Leopard squad. And I believe that is it. But yeah, there's a lot.
I think did you mention a guy called Joey Thompson? I found him on Twitter.
Joey Thompson. What? Joey Thompson. Wait, is he a TT rider?
Yeah. TT rider.
Yeah, Joey Thompson. Yeah, I know who he is.
International.
I didn't mention him.
Yeah, that's him. International road racer.
There we go. Fair play.
So I'll give a shout out. We're on 74.
Yeah,
let's go, Joey.
Yeah, Joey.
Excellent.
But yeah, so we haven't got Jacob this week, so it's going to be weird because I'm always used to having him to my side, but it's fine.
I might just throw in some random opinions now just to get things going. Someone has to do it.
Yeah, someone has to stir the drama pot, you know. Speaking of drama, though, shall we just kick off with the major thing that's come out this week about Tom Booth Amos?
Yes. Horrendous.
Horrific. So if you don't know, I don't know if you're probably living under a rock at this point. Actually, just check out Everything Motor Racing's Instagram. It's on there. Steve, I can't remember his freaking surname. Steve. Oh my God, I'm terrible. Hold on. I want to give him the proper credit. Steve Brogan, there we go, tweeted the video basically of Tom Booth Amos coming back into his pits, angry and pissed off, shouting because the team had, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say what specifically they did, but the team made an error which cost him his race. And so he was angry because it was a very basic mistake and they were preoccupied doing other things instead of fixing his bike for the race. And he was angry, and the mechanic then decided to basically assault him. Hitting him back of the head. Yeah, he was, He hitting him, smacking him across the back of the head, kicking him. And then multiple times. Like, there's people who've like edited the brightness of the video so you can see when they go into the pits. And yeah, it's really gnarly, to be honest. It's horrendous.
Yeah, it's pretty grim.
The fact this guy...
Has the guy been sacked?
So the story is he worked for the CIP squad and then left, I think, the end of last year or the year before, and was Adrian Fernandez's crew chief in the Max Racing squad, and is now John McPhee's crew chief in the Max Racing squad.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
he still works in the paddock. But the horrendous thing really about the whole thing is that Tom wasn't allowed to tell anybody about it. Thankfully there's that video,
of course, yeah,
as proof, but he was basically told you can't tell anybody about it by, I think, his management, because he was trying to get a ride for 2020 season in the Moto3 World Championship. And so his management were basically like, just, don't tell anybody, keep it to yourself. And yeah, and so he's basically just had to sit down and shut up. And now it's come out.
See, this is like an extreme example of why I disagree with all these people talking about Remy like losing their seat because he decided to like speak up against or, complain, shall we say. I know, like, I'm not saying Tech 3 were like beating the shit out of Remy or whatever, but like the fact that these guys are like so at the mercy of the team around them and like keeping their mouths shut and keep it in line, they can get away with beating the shit out of them, and then no one talks about it for 3 years later until a video comes out, and it's like, what? How is this fair? How are the riders like this disposable almost and exercisable? It's like something's got to change. Like Dorna needs to just sack this guy. Nothing to do with the teams. Like Dorna just needs to be like, we're not having him in the paddock. Like,
well, the thing is, unfortunately, I'm not going to name the name of the journalist, but a journalist went on Twitter and basically said that it was the same guy who was involved in the Adrian Fernandez fiasco at Aragon.
I wondered where that rumor had started, because I'd seen the video, obviously, the 2019 video, and then I went and rewatched the issue with Adrian Fernandez. It's clearly not the same guy, so I don't know why someone would decide to spread that rumor, but I didn't realize that a journalist had come out and decided to spread that one around.
Unfortunately, a big journalist who have now recently deleted their tweets because of it, basically went and confirmed that it was the same guy, and said there's a massive witch hunt on social media for one of these guys, and it's like, it's not even the same guy, which is even worse really. There was 3 bad nuts in that Max Racing squad, but as of today, Max Racing squad have announced that they have sacked both of the mechanics who were involved in the Adrian Fernandez incident.
I find that weird, because I don't believe they acted under their own fruition with that.
No. You
imagine being told, oh yeah, go do a thing. If you don't do it, we'll sack you. If you do it, we'll sack you. So,
you're up against a wall there,
I know, man.
Is that effective immediately, or?
Yeah, I think it's effective immediately, because they're suspended for 2 Grand Prix anyway, which would be Australia and Sepang. So all
it makes sense, because they've done the 2 races that they were meant to do, and then it was going to be their suspension, so they've now just sacked them. It makes sense.
Like, just go home and don't come back kind of thing, because a lot of the riders are going home now today, and Scott Ogden and a lot are going home because they don't have to be there for a few weeks, so they'll just go home and not catch a flight back, I guess. But it's just sad to see that things like that are going on in the paddock, and the thing is, that's only one incident. There are thousands of incidents like that across the year. Maybe not thousands, but there have been thousands over the years, and they all just go under the water. Nobody ever finds out about it. There's a lot of things like with the obviously the Adrian Fernandez incident, and it wasn't widely known until a Spanish journalist tweeted about it that Raul Fernandez and his father had basically hunted down one of the mechanics afterwards, run over his foot with a moped, and then Raul Fernandez's dad got off, went to help this guy back up, and as he pulled him up, he headbutted him down, and then he had to go to hospital. And it's like, if somebody hadn't tweeted about that, we'd never have known anything about it.
Yeah. There's this whole Wild West in the paddock that, it takes like whistleblowing tweets for us to know anything about it.
Yeah. Well,
weird. I don't like it.
I do think that in light of this, there needs to be more for riders. We've said a lot this year about riders' unions and things like that, but there needs to be something like, for example, like a riders' union, or somewhere they can go and whistleblow anonymously. And there needs to be somewhere where these riders can go and discuss these things, because it's not right in the sport, especially when a lot of these riders are paying 6 figures a year to race to then get abused as well. It's fully not acceptable, and Dorna are reviewing it and are investigating it as well, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this guy that's sacked, to be honest, but
I hope so.
He should. No, he should.
He's charged.
Yeah. I know, it's pure assault. Like, there's nothing. Yeah, he shouldn't come back.
No, he shouldn't. I mean, yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's everything that's wrong, really. The fact that he was told to keep quiet, and there was multiple people in that garage as well. Like in the video, there are 4 people. Obviously, there's Tom, the other mechanic, and there's 2 other mechanics who did nothing about it.
That's what bugged me the most, that the other mechanics just stood there and watched it happen. And I know it's only a short clip, and that's all we see. Maybe they did go over after, but the initial incident, no one even bats an eyelid and goes to help him, which I think is just ridiculous.
Well, I think this was like a senior mechanic or whatever. Like
yeah, I think it might have been his crew chief, or it was like one of the top guys.
Yeah.
This is it. So it's just this whole like pecking order thing, power dynamic. You don't jump in where you feel like your job's on the line, basically.
Yeah, it's
their word versus your own.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, funnily, actually, one of the mechanics, one of the other 2, I won't name her or anything, messaged me on Instagram to delete the video. I'm not going to delete the video, but let's find out.
No, what's that about? Censorship? I don't think so. Not when it's a like privately owned sport and everything, and you're a free individual. What's going on? We'll come back you up, mate, if they show up at your door.
Well, I got loads of these like messages, and he's like, hello, my name is, I won't say his name. I text you because you've published a video where I appear. I refer to the CIP team video regarding this. You've published without my consent, and for mine it's a lack of respect, my image rights and privacy. Please remove it. What you've done is outlawed. And then like 3 hours later, it's just got cancel the video, then cancel the video now in caps lock. I'm like,
right.
I think he wants you to delete the video.
Yeah, I think he might want the video deleting.
He's never got that's never coming off the internet. That like you're never getting rid of that. As soon as that like that tweet's gone, no,
that's it. Yeah,
because
make it into an NFT and charge them 20 grand.
Buy it.
So
you can buy it off, mate. You can have it. You can take it down.
You can have it.
It's going to cost you.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like all I would be doing is basically waiving his rights of any involvement of it, you know, and the fact that he didn't do anything about it, it's incriminating on him at the end of the day, and so he's trying to get me to delete it because Steve kind of Brogan tweeted it originally and put it on his stories, then deleted the original tweet. But in that time, I'd already screen recorded it and saved it. And so
who else has done that?
No one. And so
loads of people have done that because someone sent it to me today from someone else because they hadn't seen it yet. And like, God knows how many copies of it there are now.
Yeah, because
so it's utterly futile asking you to take it down.
Oh, everybody's posted it, but because Steve tweeted it, then I screen recorded, then he deleted the tweet, and I was like, well, it's not the internet now. Fuck it, let's just post it again. And then it blew up, and then Steve tweeted it again, and thankfully, you know, like people have. But it's nice to see the community around it. Like Jonathan Ray has been kicking off about it. Loris Baz has kicked off about it, and yeah, it's nice to see that there is a community around these riders, and that it may have been like an isolated incident, but it's good that people are on Tom's side, and that Tom.
Oh yeah,
you don't know what Tom would have felt because like he was a rookie in that paddock. He didn't really know many people in there. Obviously, he was under Dorna's kind of watchful eye in the paddock because he was part of the British Talent Cup kind of. When it was a British Talent team, and then he moved into World Championship under Dorna, like what Scott and Josh are now. But he didn't really know one in the paddock, and so you know you must feel quite alone as well when you're in Thailand, and you know. So it's nice that he has got this kind of support behind him. Really,
the whole thing's just I don't know. It's sickening, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Really annoying. But can you imagine if they did like that happened to someone like Top Rack or Johnny Ray or whatever? Those guys.
They'd hit him back. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yes, I don't. The mechanic wouldn't have got off lightly, physically or contractually or however you want to call it. Like
no, but when you're picking on a young rookie, like
bullying.
Yeah, because when you're basically bullying. A kid standing there, clearly smaller, like he knew what he was doing fine, rightly. He knew he had the upper hand, and he decided still to take advantage of it. It's sickening, and it wouldn't happen in big teams with bigger riders.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. Yeah, but because Tom, you know, it was his rookie year. You know, he didn't perform as maybe he had expected.
Yeah,
because he had, you know, for various reasons, and you know, Tom couldn't speak out because he was trying to get a ride for next year. And the guy, I can guarantee you, knew that. Damn knew that. Probably knew that they'd already signed like Koffler to replace him. And so...
Bullying.
Yeah.
Just grim. Get him sacked.
Yeah, get him sacked.
In jail.
Yeah. So moving on from that to a slightly lighter note. We mentioned it last week on the podcast, we finally know why Aaron Canet ran the bow tie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still quite sad, the story behind it, though.
It is sad, to be honest. Like, it's nice that he's kind of broken free, I guess, because the whole bow tie thing, he's basically revealed it because he said he was weighing him down. Basically, he was wearing this bow tie as like a signal and like a way of protesting, because many riders and teams have declined him for a ride because of his tattoos. And he basically, which is ridiculous, but he was basically wearing his bow ties to say, look, I was winning before my bow tie and I was getting podiums before my bow tie, and then he was going to tell everyone what it meant when he won his first race. But unfortunately, it's kind of played against him, that, because it's acted as like a weight on his shoulders, and then like I have to win a race now to show everybody this bow tie, and it's kind of been a weight on his shoulders. So now he's broken the bow tie and he's kind of going, I'm still Aaron Canet, I can still win races. Yeah. And he got on the podium today and he did lead for a lot of it. I think if the conditions were dry, I think he'd have had it easy. But it is sad, to be fair, given the teams, because like we're in 2022 now. It's not the 1980s. Like Fabio Quartararo, the MotoGP world champion, is littered with tattoos. Yeah.
And it's like, motorcycling is supposed to be kind of rebellious anyway, like by nature. And it's like, I say like rebellious, like, fuck you, mom, or whatever. But it's like,
it is, though.
It's supposed to be this, like, God, there's whole gangs and everything based around the identity of a motorbike, and it's like, imagine being like, oh, yeah, no, but if you want to race, you can't have tattoos. It's like, what?
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. I think it was a good thing for him to do, though, because the bow tie was clearly causing issues in terms of him, like his performance. Like, you knew that for a fact. And every week we'd be like, oh, well, the bow tie, and he's got this whole big elaborate story behind it. I really like the story behind it, though. It's quite sad. Yeah. And I think now that if he goes out and wins a race, it'll be even more special now that everyone actually knows the reason behind it. So fingers crossed for him before the end of the season, definitely.
Yeah, because it'll show like what it meant to him to win that race. Yeah. And it is sad, like, because I went on social media, which is probably the worst thing to do, and I was reading like comments and stuff under an article about the kind of thing, and loads of blooming gammons and old ass people in the bloody comments were like, I wouldn't hire him, I wouldn't have him in my team because he's got tattoos and stuff like that. And you're like, how the hell does the drawing on his skin affect his ability to ride a motorbike fast?
Half the grid wouldn't have rides if you didn't hire anyone because they had tattoos. I mean, there's so many of them who have tattoos now. Literally, it'd be more difficult to find a rider who doesn't have a tattoo at this point.
I think the only one is like Mark Marquez.
Probably.
I think Mark hasn't got any, but like you look at top riders and you look on like Miguel Oliveira's got tattoos, Paco Bagnaia's got tattoos, Jorge Martin's got tattoos, but I think it's more of a Japanese manufacturer kind of thing, because I don't know what their culture's like, but from what I've read from people online, it's a lot of people said that the Japanese culture is like, oh, tattoos aren't great, blah, blah, blah. But which would make sense.
Fabio has tattoos.
But Fabio has tattoos, so I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is a strange one. I mean, yeah, but it's nice to see that he has taken that off now, and he's just Aaron Canet, and he's genuinely, the thing with Aaron Canet is, he's got his tattoos and all that. He looks a bit scary sometimes. He's genuinely one of the nicest dudes.
Yeah,
he's so nice.
He looks really good.
Like I've spoken to him quite a few times. Like, I've spoken to him a few times, and he's, I don't know, he's just nice to talk to. Like I don't get any vibes that he's a dickhead or whatever. Like I remember I posted a photo of the Estrella Galicia livery from 2016, the black and gold one, and like he sent me a load of photos of his suit that he had, because he had a custom suit and he had it put on his wall, and he showed me sent me a shitload of photos of the suit, of the boots, the custom boots he made, the gloves, the helmet, and I was freaking loving it. And I was like, bro, you don't have to do that.
No, he is really nice. A friend of mine drew a picture of him and he was like, I need this. Like, can you send it to me? I want to buy it off you. Like, he's so dead on. And I think he really appreciates his fans as well and the people who support him. And I think, that speaks louder than his tattoos, obviously. He's
Definitely.
a really nice guy.
Get him on the pod.
Yeah.
This is your friend, Dick.
Probably could. Probably genuinely could, to be fair.
Go on then.
Might have to ask him in the off season. Ask him the question. I did ask Tom Booth Amos. I said to Tom Booth Amos, you can come on.
He's got to come on now.
Yeah, he has to, mate.
Yeah.
But on a genuinely nice note, it was nice to see Danilo Petrucci back in the paddock this weekend.
I love that man so much.
I love him so much.
He is just the most wholesome character I think you've ever met.
Yeah. I think he should just stay in the MotoGP paddock. Like, can he become a pundit or something? Like, I need to see him every week.
Oh, it'd be so good. I mean, like, he posted a thing on social media today after the race. Basically, he just said, beyond results, championships, brands, manufacturers, it's one of my only moments where I'm proud of what I did in my career, obviously riding motorbikes. I'd like to give thanks to too many people. It's horrendously translated. He's tried. I'd like to thank too many people for a post. So I think he means there's too many people to thank in one post. So I'd like to give thanks to motorbikes, like a thing that gives us so many emotions. Riding the best bikes in the world, all around the world, is pure joy. I was like, that is wholesome as fuck.
Good dude. What a good dude.
He's just, I don't like. It's weird. I've seen a lot of Americans hating on him this year in Moto America.
Yeah.
I know. I've seen a bunch of it as well, even on your posts and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just like, and it's like, I don't know. I saw one. I can't remember what it was. I think it was even your post about when Jake Gagne won the title, and there was just this one like American flag shagger who was just like, it was like he posted like 4 or 5 different comments of like just the same, like, oh, MotoGP guys think they can come in here and beat us and blah, blah, blah. And then there was another one that's just a gif of an American flag. And I was like, oh my God, dude, are you, you probably know who I'm on about. And I'm like,
well, it's funny,
like
actually.
A parody of yourself, honestly. Settle down.
The first guy you mentioned will be listening to this podcast, so.
Even better.
Fine. You know what? Fine by me. Like, yeah, it is. I mean, it just, I know what you mean. Like he got a lot of stick, and it's like, why? He came in and like gave you a good championship to watch.
Yeah, because he moaned a little bit about the state of the tracks and things like that, which to like at the end of the day, like on one side to be a devil's advocate on one side, Petrucci, you kind of knew what you're getting into there. It's a national championship. Obviously, it hasn't got the same funding as MotoGP. It won't be on the same tracks, kind of thing. But on the other side, like he has spent the last, he raced in World Superbike before MotoGP. And then racing Italian Championship previous to that. He's probably spent the last 15 to 20 years riding on grade A tracks. So then go to Moto America where tracks have potholes everywhere, bumps in every bloody corner, and
smaller, twistier.
Yeah, like even Loris Baz said the tracks are shit. It's like, so what he's used to and what he's getting are two completely different things. And so for him, I think he's just kind of going, oh, this track's not great, blah, 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 blah. But he was still like racking up podiums and things like that. And
well, what was that thing that happened where his bike basically overheated on the grid or something near the start of the season? Was that they were like on, or I remember Petrucci moaning about it. Yeah.
Because Baz kicked off, I think, on Twitter and was like, you did the same shit last year, you did the same thing again. But it's like, Petrucci is allowed to critique things. Like, he's a nice guy, of course, but he's allowed to have an opinion, but people just crucify him for that.
I mean, but like you said, he's coming from the top championship in the world. Obviously, the tracks are going to be different. And I think it's a good thing that he was, maybe bringing up the bad things about some of the circuits, because then maybe they'll be resurfaced or they'll ride on different tracks. It's a good thing that he's coming in and saying we need to fix these conditions, because then it's better for everyone, because they'll race on better tracks or they'll be upgraded.
And like, say, there's someone else like Petrucci who's done many, many years in MotoGP and is now kind of come to the end of the MotoGP side of things. How many have maybe been offered a Moto America seat or whatever, and they've seen all these niggles that Petrucci's on about, and they're like, actually, I don't fancy that championship. I'll maybe
because you could have gone Moto America, you could have gone the Italian championship.
Yeah, exactly. They'll maybe having these circuits with all the foibles and everything, and is maybe like stopping top talent coming to the Cup from Europe or around the world, and it's just going to be bad for the racing ultimately.
Yeah, and I think having Petrucci there will help to bring more money and all that to the championship. And there are riders who are now going to Moto America just because Petrucci's there, and because the level is deemed as higher than, like, well, for example, like they said on Eurosport today, that Brad Ray is rumored to be, like, he's going to Portimao to try and look for a ride there, but they also mentioned that he could be looking at Moto America for next year as well. Moto America do pay their riders very, very well. Every rider on the grid gets a salary of $40,000 a year. Basically, it's $2,000
more than that, if I'm honest.
Well, it's $2,000 for every race they enter.
Right.
And well, now it'd be 50 now, because there are 20 races in the season. That would make out to 40. That would
make 40.
Yeah. So, like,
I thought it would be a lot more than that.
Sponsors and stuff, and think of the money that you're getting on the side as well. Like, for that just to be your starting salary.
Well, they get good. So the championship will pay each rider 40 grand, or well, 2 grand for every race they race, and then your team will pay you, and then you'll get a bonus for every position you get in the race from the championship and from your team. And your sponsors will pay you, like top Moto America ride, like Cambodia was probably raking in high 6 figures easily. When you're in the championship, I don't know what it is now, but in like the early 2010s, when you won a championship, you got 25 grand. Yeah, it's probably even more than that now. Like, their prize pot for a year, I think, is $9 million that they just hand out to their competitors.
Right, okay, just in various bits.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why not?
Sign me up.
Yeah,
let's go to America. Yeah.
It's all this information is it's online, you can just Google it and it's there. Like, Moto America publish it as well.
Why are we still here then? It makes why are we not in America?
I know, it's crazy. We're like, so it's enticing for riders to go over there, and Petrucci going over there is only a good thing. And the fact that he can then come back to MotoGP and still qualify and beat some top, I think he was 20th, but he beat like Darren Binder and things like that. It's not like he's a slouch, is he? And it makes the whole Moto America Championship look even better.
Yeah, definitely. Well, what did he lose the championship by?
20 points, I think.
20 points?
Yeah, off the top of my head. And that was...
Was he second?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Right.
And the thing is, Jay Gagne is a beast. Like, Gagne is better than... We'll see it, I guess, this weekend. Yeah, he lost it. Oh, no. Well, yeah, this isn't updated. But yeah, like Gagne, we'll see it this weekend at Portimao, because he's doing the World Superbikes. But... Which I don't know how well I'll do, because obviously it's not a track he's fully aware of. If they're at Laguna Seca, I think he'd be straight up there. But Gagne is a better rider than he gets credit for. So then for a rider like Petrucci to come in and push him that far, like in the last 2 years, there have been 40 Moto America races. Gagne has won 29 of them.
Jeez,
and I think he's got on the podium with 33 of them. That's a 72% win rate.
That's all right, isn't it?
And of that, I think he missed one as well. So that puts it down. I think he missed 2 actually. So it puts it down to like 39 or 38 that he won 29 of. I think he won 17 races in a row last year.
So it'd be interesting to see him at Portimao.
I think
he's never been there.
Yeah, he was there a few years ago in World Supers, but he was on the Honda.
God.
So yeah, but he's been doing testing recently on the Pirellis and things like that. So it'd be interesting to see how he does. I think he'll probably crack a top 10. I'm almost certain of that.
Yeah. I mean, who's top 10 in World Superbikes?
You got like Mahias, Bernardi, Ertl. If he can beat those,
I think he can do that.
Well, if Mahias is the world champion, Ertl's the next Moto2 rider, and if he can beat them, yeah,
definitely.
But yeah. So moving on. So yeah, Petrucci. Firstly, it's great to have him back. There's been a lot of riders officially confirmed in terms of new slots, including Jake Dixon at Aspar, who his teammate's not confirmed, but it's going to be Aizen Guevara. It's pretty much obvious at this point.
Yeah, has to be.
Given that they've announced both Moto3 riders, they've announced Arenas at IO. As you know, Sergio Garcia's been announced at Pons. It's like, come on.
I don't know why they haven't announced it yet, because it's so obvious.
I thought they'd have done Jake and Guevara at the same time. Maybe they're waiting for Guevara to be crowned champion and then they'll do it.
I think so, yeah.
But I'm not sure. And then on Team Asia have confirmed that the riders Chantra and Agura will stay in Moto2, and then RG and Furusato will stay in Moto3, which is interesting given that the Brasby rumour was floated last week. But that one seems to have... Tacticon Brasby was rumoured to be replacing Aji, with Raji going to CV Moto2 because he's quite big.
Right, okay. Yeah, he's a big dude. Yeah.
That rumour obviously isn't true. That's why it's a rumour. Onshu and Moredo confirmed to IO Moto3. Matteo Battel was confirmed to Snipers, which means Minho is out of a seat for next year.
Jeez,
and Sura, so they're getting rid of
no seat.
They're getting rid of both riders because Fanati's back in.
Yeah, Battel and who's the other one? Yeah, Fanati. Yeah. But like Sura is weird because he's kind of a rookie. He did some races last year, but this is his first full year. He spent most of it injured. So I think the team have just gone.
Yeah, but is Bertel not injured at the minute?
Yeah, he's got a fucked up knee. Yeah,
it makes no sense.
Battel is fast though. I'll give Battel the credit that he is. But Sura was rapid last year, but on a KTM, and as soon as he switched to Honda, it was kind of iffy. And then Alonso's been confirmed to Gas Moto3. David Alonso, the Colombian. Obviously, 2021 Rebel Rookies champion. Multiple podiums this year in the Junior GP Moto3 series. Massive young talent. He's still only, I think he's 16 years old now. But he gets a dispensation for next year because he's a Rookies champion as well. Yeah, and of course, Domi Agata's confirmed to the GRT Yamaha team in World Superbikes next year, next to Remy Gardner.
Great, that is the best team ever.
Yeah, your mate Domi. Yeah,
great.
Domi and
Remy. Yeah, I'm really excited for that. I think that'd be really good. Yeah. Don't know who on earth's going to replace him in the Super Sport class, but
me.
You, Cameron, will replace Dominic Agata.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to go to the gym, but I'll be all right.
Yeah,
be fine.
We can make it work.
Yeah, we'll do it. I can manage you. I'll get you some sponsors and all that.
Oh, that'd be good actually.
Yeah, sick.
Go on.
And they've confirmed the new calendar for next year.
Is it confirmed?
Yeah.
Well, it's the provisional calendar. Yeah.
And they've got rid of freaking Aragon.
Aye.
How the hell can you get rid of Aragon and keep Valencia?
But what doesn't make any sense is that they've moved Barcelona. So now there's almost a month between, France and Mugello, which makes no sense.
Oh, yeah. What the hell? It's like they do 5 races and then they go, oh, yeah, you can have your summer break now.
Yeah, they effectively have 2 summer breaks because there's 3 weeks or 4 weeks in between that race, and then there'll be a summer break, and then it's like 12 races or 11 races or something. It's badly laid out, but it makes sense in terms of like the flyaways and stuff, but it's just not organized the best, I don't think.
Yeah, well, you go to Assen, then you go to Kazakhstan, and then you go to Blumin Silverstone.
Yeah, but you've got a break in between that, so it's not.
Oh, is it?
That'll be the summer break, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to Qatar second last as well.
Yeah, because there's renovations going on the track, yeah. Because F1's going
Is that because of Formula 1?
Yep. Yes. But yeah, 21 races in the calendar next year.
Oh, India as well, yeah.
Yeah, India, Kazakhstan. I'm not looking forward to
it.
It's just too much.
How does it make any sense to go from Assen to Kazakhstan back to Silverstone?
I just said that.
It's a summer break.
I literally just said that.
No, but like, why not before summer just go to Britain and then
Formula One.
Kazakhstan after it? I don't know.
I think Formula One.
Formula One.
It's the same weekend, I think.
Well, make it a week later, not like a month.
Let's just hold it on the same weekend. I think Formula One, MotoGP at once.
That would be so sick. We'd finally have some good crowds in MotoGP. Wow, imagine that.
That'd be a good sprint race.
Yeah,
cars and bikes.
Verstappen lining up beside you. That'd be good.
Oh my God. Well, I've got the Red Bull Racing attire on today, so yeah.
That's hot.
Hell yeah. But and they've moved Indonesia to the end of the year as well, which again is a bit stupid because it's still in monsoon season. Like they've got it at the start of the year is monsoon season and they get rained off.
Yeah, it's October to March.
Yeah, and they've moved it to the end of the season now, and it's still in monsoon season. And so, you know, the races we've had today where it was delayed, the races we had early in the year, it was delayed. The World Superbike race at Indonesia last year, it was delayed for hours. Still going to be at the same time of the year.
It makes sense in terms of like the flyaways. Like I like that the second half of the calendar, basically, as much as it's going to be hard, it is all the flyaways together because when you look at the Formula One calendar, it's a mess and they're back and forth. So I think it makes more sense that all of the long trips are going to be all together. But it's all during rainy season. So we're just going to see the same as what we've seen today, but for like 7 weeks in a row, which will be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. There's no real way. Like, why don't they do like a bit in Europe, then the flyaways, and then a bit in Europe again to the end of the season? And just get rid of Valencia, man. Like, yes, it's great for the fans, of course, but it's shit racing. No one likes it.
It does throw just the odd mental result into the season.
It does.
Though, Valencia.
I think it ends it very nicely. Like either someone wins the championship or it's already been decided at a better round beforehand.
True.
That's true. Yeah.
But like, why can't they just get rid of Valencia and just change it to like Aragon and like, because in F1, for example, right, we've got Valencia at the end of November. It's going to be flipping freezing at Valencia. Like, whereas F1,
not going to be very nice.
Make it Qatar, a night race to finish the season.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, because I hate to constantly go on about F1, but
they're doing it better. That's the thing.
That's the thing. Like, they end the season at a hot country that has hot tire temperatures, and they race in the middle of December at Abu Dhabi, and it's fine because it's a hot country. If they tried to race Valencia in the middle of December, the track would be snowed off.
Maybe they should just do that instead and just have like a snow race.
No race,
but like get those spike
tires on it. Yeah.
Downhill skiing instead.
Yeah, that'd be sick. But
snowmobiles.
Oh,
you what? What?
Imagine like a Repsol snowmobile.
That'd be sick.
Mate, I'd buy tickets. I would.
Here we go.
Buy tickets to that. Dorna, I hope you're listening.
Petrucci would nail that. He would win it.
He'd kill
so
it.
hard.
He'd absolutely smash it.
Yeah.
Jack Miller would do well as well.
He would.
Yeah, he would.
He'd be hooning.
It'd be a nice little send off for Ducati if he did it this year. No, it's too late. Right. Because we've just done 2 hour long podcasts, I kind of want to wrap up.
We spoke for 40 minutes about
already
nothing, basically.
About nothing. It's great. That's why people listen. That's why people tune in every week.
Imagine if Jacob was here. Jesus.
Oh my God, we'd still be on
Tom
Booth Amos.
Yeah.
Like, fucking hell. It's just made some like horrendous opinions about what.
We miss you, Jacob.
We do. We promise.
Get well soon.
He's looking after his kids. That is.
Yeah, it's an affliction.
That's horrendous. But yeah, so we'll start with the predictions as always. Cameron, do you want to add the clip in here? So the way the points are scored is you get a point if you predict pole position, You get a point if you predict a rider on the podium in any position. For example, if you predict Onshu to be third, if it's second, you get a point. You get 5 points if you correctly predict pole position in all 3 classes. You get 5 points if you correctly predict a rider on a podium. For example, if you pick Onshu to finish third, he finishes third, you get 5 points. If you correctly predict the winner, you get 10 points. If you correctly predict all 3 riders on the podium, but they're in the incorrect positions, you get 15 points. You get 20 points if you incorrectly predict the riders on the podium, like you would for 15 points, but get pole. If you correctly predict the riders on the podium in their correct positions, you get 25 points. If you correctly predict all 3 podium riders on the podium in their correct positions and get pole, you get 30. And if you can do that for all 3 classes, we'll give you 100 points. So now you know why we do our predictions and how they're scored every week, thanks to that little clip. Thanks to the magic of editing. Way. So going into this round, the standings. I didn't get any predictions from Ryan, by the way. So
he gets 100 points.
I should get extra points. I think because he didn't put any projections in, and I'm.
Oh, okay.
You scored the most points out of all of us, unfortunately. So I'm going to. I can't give you any more.
How is that unfortunate? I have come in and smashed it every week. I've been behind, and I'm. This is disrespectful.
I don't know if you've smashed.
I'm not giving you any more.
I'm going to say I've done okay.
Done relatively okay. So yeah, the standings leading into this weekend was myself in the lead with 283 points, Cameron second, 228, Ryan third with 168, Jacob with 158, and Lauren in 5th place with 43. Obviously, he did come in very late, so it's kind of fair enough. Straight off the bat, we all did horrendously. I think the total amounts scored, I'll just add it up on the top of my head. It was 23 points in total across all 3 classes, across everybody. Scored 23.
And most of them went to Lauren.
Yeah. Lauren scored a total of 7 points.
Wow. Incredible.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, it was,
what a point
horrendous. Yeah. Given that you can get 30 just from one race, yeah, we did really bad. So we'll start with Moto3. So pole position went to Dennis Foggia. I went for Guevara. Jacob went Suzuki. Cameron went Sasaki, and Laura went Holgado. So 0 points scored there.
Good.
Yeah. In the race, Dennis Foggia took the W, with Sasaki second and Riccardo Rossi third, which was great.
Riccardo
really
Rossi
happy to
was
see that.
unbelievable. He was
great,
so
wasn't he?
good.
Absolute beast.
I wanted him to win just for the name because he was incredible.
He's great. So yeah, 3rd place, I went for Sasaki, who finished second, so I get a point. Jacob went on. Sorry, he's now Czech, from Czech Republic now. Jacob. Cameron went Foggia in 3rd, so you get a point because he won the race.
Oh, nice.
Laura went Suzuki in 3rd, so 0. I went Basia second, 0 points. Jacob went Sasaki second, so he gets 5 points. Cameron went Guevara, and Laura went Sasaki as well, so you get 5 points.
Nice.
For the W, May, Jacob, and Laura went with Guevara, and Cameron went Sasaki, so Cameron gets a point.
So close.
So after that,
not really, but
the points stand at myself with 284 in the lead. Cameron scored 2, so we had 230. Ryan didn't score anything, so he got 168. And Jacob scored 5 with 163, and Lauren with 48.
We did very bad in the next 2 classes then.
It's like the fact that no one scored any points apart from pole position in Moto2 is actually horrendous.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
It's the rain. It was the rain. I think it's fair.
If a raining flyaway is going to just
screw it
ruin
up.
everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. It adds some fun though. It means that no one's running away with it. It also means you can't catch up to me, Cameron. So,
well, that's it. I finally had a chance to really claw some points back, and I get 2 points.
You scored. Oh no, you scored 7 as well. To be fair. Yeah, I scored. I scored 4, so you've claimed 3 on me. So
right, I'm coming for you.
None of the podiums were that out there, but we somehow managed to do terribly.
I know. Like, the only guy who you'd really go, oh, was Salac in Moto2.
Yeah.
Apart from that, everybody else has already had a podium this year. Well, apart from Rossi, who had one last year. But yeah, so in the Moto3 race, obviously it was raining. And I think Sergio Garcia is not winning that title anymore.
Was it not dry?
Yeah, what happened? Sorry, I didn't see it.
Oh, was it dry? Yeah, it was
so-
dry. I'm a freaking idiot.
I was like, did I miss something?
No, it's just me being tired after barely sleeping this weekend. I literally...
Just crying.
Yeah. What did I do? I got up at 3 on Friday morning to do the FP free practices. Didn't go to bed, and then went on a night out that same evening, and decided, instead of going home at 11 like I was going to, I just decided screw it and stayed awake.
I did that
until
last week.
10.
It was horrendous.
Yeah, till 10. Don't do it. I was up for 33 hours.
Yeah, I did that last week.
You
Not
did.
good.
And I said to you, yeah, don't do that. It's not a good idea. And then I
And
went
you
and
do
did
it the week
freaking same
after.
thing.
Yeah, makes sense.
Idiot. I am. So yeah, I'm tired. Sorry about that. So yeah, Garcia did crash out, and he's out of it now. He's 56 points back with 75 to play for.
The crash wasn't his fault though. He did get
No.
high-sided into by Adrian Fernandez, but then he joined the race again
and did the same shit.
Yeah, as Misano, and decided to. I mean, he was sitting at the back of a group, and I thought, oh, that's fine. He sat up and he's got out of the way. And then 2 laps later, I seen him in the middle of the pack, and I was like, what are you doing? But the team managed to call him in though before he got black flagged again. But surely he should get something for that.
Yeah, the fact that he did it once and then did it again and didn't learn his lesson after getting a black flag is, not too impressed with him, to be honest, for that.
Imagine he called up to Guevara and did something. God. I think that's what he was trying to do.
Grabbed his brake lever.
He might have.
Fanatied.
Yeah, you just got fanatied. But yeah, so he is fully out. We're 75 to go. He's got 56 gap. We've had the Fodges overtaking him now.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in Moto2 or Moto3, because Vietti was comfortably leading it. So was Sergio Garcia, and now they've pretty much screwed it. Like Celestino Vietti is 1.5 points off of being out of the title race. Like, that's how far he's fallen. He's now 4th in the championship standings.
Jesus.
Like, he now won't even get a medal because he's that far behind. Which is mental, given how strong his season started. But yeah, in the Moto3 race, though, it was a bit... I don't know. Again, I wasn't too thrilled by it.
I didn't even see it. I was in bed.
It wasn't anything to write home about, in fairness.
No, it was just kind of like a... Foggia kind of led every lap, and then every time he made a mistake, and then by the next corner he'd regain the position he'd lost on Sasaki. And Guevara qualified that far down. He was 22nd or something like that.
No.
That he couldn't really make it. Where did Guevara
11th.
qualify? Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he didn't get a Q1.
That was Sergio.
I'm an idiot. Let's have a look. I'm going to just get qualifying up so that I'm not actually knowing what I'm talking about here. That'd probably be a good idea. Yeah, Guevara was 11th. Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
it's still his worst qualifying of the season.
Yeah, it was the first time he's in Q2 all year. Q1, sorry, which is mental. But yeah, and then obviously Garcia was 20th. But then it's surprising to see Guevara only make up 6 places when he's been so strong in previous rounds. Yeah. I thought he'd have...
He nearly got booted off. Well, he did get elbowed off the track on the last lap.
True.
So.
But earlier on, I thought he could have taken from 11th. Given how good he's been, I thought he'd be straight at the front very quickly. He
wasn't as strong this weekend. Usually in the free practice sessions, you get a bit of an idea that he has pace. And he might not put it on pole, but then he's got race pace because he's gone out and done a few runs on his own. Whereas this week, he didn't really do that. So I wasn't expecting that much from him after seeing free practice.
No. Bit of a strange one. I mean, it's not done his championship too much harm. He's still 49 points over Dennis Foggia. I mean, and all he has to do...
Score a point.
He has to leave Australia in 2 weeks with more than 50 points to the second placed rider. So he just has to outscore Foggia by 1 point. Well, yeah, by...
If he gets 51, then he's sweet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we can actually tie with Foggia, but because Guevara's got more wins, but then again, Foggia could win all last 3. I don't know. Well, we'll just say 51, like Lauren just said.
Yeah, there you go.
Easier. Yeah, so if he leaves Australia, he has to outscore Foggia by 2 points and not lose 7 points to Garcia. And he's a champion.
Easy.
Unless he has a crash or something like that, I can't see it. And then even so, then it's a Sepang, he can wrap it up.
I mean, he might not win it in Australia and it might go to Sepang or Valencia, but I think he does have it in the bag at this point.
Yeah. And he needs to, like, for something, God forbid, like break his leg or something for him to...
Oh my God, don't say that.
That's what I said, God forbid, before.
Yeah, I know, but still don't say
I'm touching wood here, touching wood. Like, like something, yeah. He has to do something horrendous to not win this championship now.
Yeah, it would have to be the worst end to a season anyone's basically ever had.
He has to mirror his teammate, basically.
Yeah.
Just do the opposite of Garcia and it'll be fine.
Yeah. Just finish. Yeah. Just finish each race and you'll be fine.
Yeah, literally.
It'll be fine. Yeah.
But it was nice to see Riccardo Rossi on the podium, though. It's been a while.
I wish it could be like that every week. Like, he looked so strong as well, which was not strange, but it's like, why can you not do this every week?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got the speed for it. No doubt in that at all. It's just a bit... He's kind of like an almost rider. He's almost there all the time.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this will give him a bit of confidence because last year he was on the KTM and he got his podium in the wet. Now he's with a better team. Maybe this will spur him on to do it up a bit better in the next few rounds.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was nice to see Stefano Nepa as well, his ex-teammate. Nepa was battling with the podium again. He's another rider who's like an almost there.
Yeah.
He's shown so much speed over the last few years and he's never got that podium yet. So for him to finish 4th, it was solid. He did lose 7 seconds to Riccardo Rossi in the last bit. But
they were all battling each other too much, that second group, so...
Yeah, because it had what? Like Yamanaka, Munoz, Macia, Mignot. It's funny to see, what was it? Macia did a really rough move on Munoz and then Munoz just took him the next corner.
It was hilarious. Munoz had his hand up and all at one point. It was so funny.
Yeah, he's like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, he's a character, Munoz. I absolutely love watching him ride. Every week I'm like, hell yeah. Because I've never seen a rider just care so little about it. But the thing is, he'll make these insane moves and still like make the apex. Still do it. And it'll break like so much later than everybody else. And still that apex, he'll make it.
He's pretty good.
He's a superb rider. But yeah, and it was nice to see Scotty as well. He bagged a point at the end from 15th place.
Really good race. Really, really good race. I think he was in a good group of people as well that he'll definitely gain some confidence off that one. Like, he was actually having a good battle.
Yeah.
With, 4 different riders?
Yeah, because he had Kelso, Tatai, Artigas around him. Fellon was just behind with Onshu, just behind that, who had double on that penalty. What, do you know why? I don't really know.
Track limits.
Twice. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's because of his hand injury, though. He's basically got no pinky at the minute.
Yeah.
So.
Jeez. The most vital finger when you're riding a bike.
Pretty much. One of them, anyway. You kind of need, all of them. And it was interesting to see Vicente Perez back as well. A rider we've not seen in a long while. And to get 19th place is actually genuinely pretty respectable.
It was good.
Definitely.
I mean, considering who he finished ahead of as well, you know, there was...
Yeah, exactly. Ortola, Agi, Carrasco, Watley, Carrera, and Forasato. Yeah, I mean...
Wait, hold on. No, sorry, carry on.
You're right.
Yeah, no, well, I just seen that my boy Forasato was like 3 laps behind. Like,
yeah,
what happened to you?
He got taken out in that Adrian Fernandez crash.
I'm so mad.
Yeah, not good. But Perez, it's funny because he did the Moto3 Italian Championship last weekend at Mugello, and he won the race. So he's got speed on a Moto3, but he's like 26 now as well. He's quite getting old. He's on a lot. He's on like Supersport 300.
He was that old.
He's been around for a while because he got sacked from the MT squad years ago. Let's have a look. But yeah, he's a strange character. I've always rated him, but I don't know. He's kind of like a... Oh no, 1997. So he's not that old. He's 24. Yeah, 24. He's 25 this month. But yeah, he's a strange character. But yeah, so that's a Moto3 for you. Solid race. Nothing to really shout home about. The highest rookie was Diego Moreira again, who I believe... Yeah, he's closed in on a bit on Daniel Holgado in the Rookie of the Year Championship. Holgado still holds that by just 4 points.
Ooh.
So, yeah. So, the championship standings for Moto3 leaving Thailand is Izan Guevara in the lead comfortably with a 49-point lead over Dennis Foggia. Sergio Garcia in third, 56 points behind. Ayumu Sasaki in fourth, 71 points behind and still in that title contention. Then Jamo Messier is the next rider who cannot win the championship now, with Dennis Honshu 6th, Suzuki 7th, Minyo 8th, Holgado 9th, and Moreira in 10th place, with Riccardo Rossi jumping up to P11 in the standings now.
That's mad that one third place puts him up to 11th in the standings.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's like Salah, he's jumped, he's rocketed up the standings because of that. He got half points, but like 20 points, another 10 points would have put him like 18th overall. Which is madness. So, moving to Moto2 now with the predictions again. It was a pole position for Somkiat Chantra, and myself and Lauren picked that, so we get a point each. Jacob went Agura and Cameron went Dixon.
Don't know why I didn't go Chantra. I normally go with a home hero.
Yeah, you didn't even put him for the win either, to be honest. So.
I know, I don't know why.
He should have won it.
Strange.
It was the weather. He should have won it.
He should have won. So the win went to Tony Arbolino, who was absolutely ecstatic about his win, as he is. He's he's looking like crack cocaine most of the time, that kid. He's absolutely nuts.
That's where Jacob normally goes, good feelings or something.
Oh, yeah, he screeches that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it in his place. Good feelings. Yeah, there you go. Salic in second, which again was a very surprising ride. He's kind of... Thing is, he's showing that he can do that in the dry a lot of the year, and I'm kind of gutted for him because he went wide. Arbolino overtook him, and 5 seconds later they put out the red flag.
Oh,
5 seconds the difference between him winning the race and coming second.
Rigged. They wanted Arbolino to win.
Yeah, need Italian win. Can't have a Czech rider. It'd been the third Czech rider in history to win a race.
It'll happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just wasn't meant to be today.
Sadly not. It was Lucas Pezek who was the first one, who won 125cc races, and then the GOAT, the man, the myth, the legend, Carol Abraham, who won the second. Valencia 2010. Or 250.
The more you know.
Nice. 2009. It was on 250, I think. Oh no, it was on Moto2. I don't know, but he won a race at Valencia anyway. So in third place, myself, Jacob and Cameron went for Lopez, and Lauren went Fernandez. 0 points there because it was Aaron Canet. Second place, Fernandez. I went for Fernandez, so did Cameron. Jacob went Agura, so did Lauren. It was Salach. And I went for Chantra. Jacob went Chantra. Lauren went Chantra for the win, and Cameron went Agura. Again, 0 points. So myself and Lauren score a point each. So my total is now 285, and Lauren's up to 49.
Whoa.
Wow.
Incredible.
Unbelievable. But I think the main thing coming away from this race weekend is the fact that Agura and Fernandez cannot tie on points now. Not possible because there is a half point separating them.
I like it, but it's also really annoying knowing that there's a half. Like, what if the championship's won on a half point?
That would be the best
sick.
ever.
No, I hate the idea.
Yeah,
it happened in World Superbikes years ago. Max Biaggi. Half a point. Yeah.
I would love it. I would love that.
That would hurt, though, wouldn't it? When half a point.
Like, yeah, you've already lost, but to lose by half a point.
It's just an insult, isn't it? But yeah, so like they do have 1.5 points now between them leaving that race. Given that Fernandez managed to stretch up to 7 points, I think. And then I think it was 7, or it was like 12,
Yeah, it was,
and then it was 7.
and then it was 2, and now it's 1.5.
Now it's 1.5. It's tight between them. Like, wow. It's again. I do think Fernandez has the consistency over Agura, but these kind of Asian tracks do suit Agura a lot more than Fernandez.
It is literally going to be who crosses the line first, and Valencia is going to win it.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it's going to be. So it doesn't really matter who's more consistent. I think at this stage, it literally is going to be who crosses the line first.
Yeah, which is mental, but exciting. So
Yeah, it'll be good.
Last year, and it went to Valencia with Fernandez and Remy, and obviously Raul was crowned the moral champion.
Oh yeah, what a moment that was!
I still think about it every day.
Honestly, like that changed my life. To be honest, like
anything happens, I'm like, oh, you can be the moral champion. Like, I adapt it to everything in my life now.
That's what Rossi was in 2015, wasn't he? The moral champion in 2015. I know, wasn't the people's champion? Yeah, that was it. That's it. He's like 20 times people champion now. And this year, obviously, Fabio will probably win the moral champion as well. But
yeah. In my eyes, he's already champion to me.
He should be champion.
Champion in your heart.
I'm not allowed to say anything, so that's through my bias, apparently. So
nah, say it. I don't give a shit. It's only Jacob that gives a shit.
He said I was too biased last week, and then he fucking everything about Izan Guevara. He's on this and he's on that. But God forbid I say a nice thing about Fabio Quartararo.
Oh no, yeah, and then Zonta as well. Every week. Oh, will Zonta get his first points this week? Don't know, mate. But
yeah, he's gone awfully quiet about Furman lately as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's Jacob. Weird, yeah.
He used to talk about him every week, and big
Aldeguer fan.
Yeah,
every week he was like, "Yeah, Furman,
mate,
he's going to destroy them."
Yeah,
look at him. He's not said a word about him in weeks, months, even.
Petrucci
he's been outshone by Lopez.
Destroyed is a better word.
Yep, destroyed. Yep. Shagged.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's one way to describe it.
Yeah, so speaking of those two, though, Furman did not finish today's race, whilst Lopez was 5th.
There you go.
Lopez was good. Lopez just decided
Lopez is always good.
Had enough of the wet weather and just decided to try and finish the race, and he got 5th.
Yeah, it's like, I'll send it, whatevs. Like, don't mean much to me. It's weird in Moto2. We've had a lot of strange results. Tiger Harder got his first ever points in 13th.
Oh, yeah.
Kenneth Kubo finished 9th. I think if there was a restart, Kubo could have won that. Straight up. If they'd have restarted that, Kubo would have absolutely sent it.
But then there's the likes of Joe Roberts, who did really well in Portugal when there was rain. So there's a lot of riders just slightly back there that if they had restarted it, I think would have absolutely sent it.
Oh, killed it, yeah. And like Shunda Kelly in 11th as well.
Yeah.
I saw the video American Racing and he was like, fucking real points. I was like, hell yeah, dude. Best result of 11th now. And the thing is, like, you can be like, oh yeah, it was a wet race or whatever, but 25 riders still finished. Like Sean De La Kelly, the rookie, finished ahead of like Pedro Costa, Ben Schneider, Sam Lowe's, Albert Arenas, Barry Baltus.
It's not like Portugal in the sense that a lot of riders actually finished, and I know it was only 7 laps, but you know, there wasn't actually that many crashes at the end of the day. So the people who scored points deservedly scored points.
Yeah, for sure.
And like Salic podium and stuff like that was fully deserved. It's not the same as
it's
Portugal.
I mean, Cambodia didn't even last a minute in the race. It's annoying. Like, he has this habit of crashing when it's important, and it was like today when he got to the front, and I was like, he's gonna crash any minute now. He's gonna crash, and then literally he crashed. And it's really frustrating.
It's the negative energy, though. If you're saying you're gonna crash, obviously he's gonna crash.
Yeah.
So maybe you should have just not said anything.
Yeah, maybe next time I won't say anything. It's obviously my fault that the cam's crashed. Yeah, sorry about that, Cam. Yeah, it's like somebody posted something the other day on the Everything Motor Racing. They said something about, what did they put? 'Cause some people I think I'm like Dorna or some shit sometimes. And
you wish.
I definitely don't wish.
The paycheck would be a lot better.
I know. I wish as well, because this podcast would be funded at least.
Yeah,
sure.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Jeez. But yeah, they posted
a week.
I posted something about, what was it? I'm going to find now because it was quite funny.
A lot of people think that though, of any sort of site that reports on MotoGP, they're like, I think they think that everyone has an in.
Oh, yeah.
They are like an official.
Oh, yeah, when it's definitely not the case, unfortunately. Yeah. No, I can't. Oh, wait, is it? Wait a minute. Is it a Jake Dixon one? No, it's going to be even further. I don't know if I can be bothered finding it. There we go. Yeah, so Nagashima was announced to replace Taka Nakagami. And someone commented going like, oh, you have ruined the riders, not letting them have a proper recovery. On their side, oh, sorry, mate, my bad. That's just like,
sorry, wait, say that again?
So Nagashima replaced Nakagami.
Uh-huh.
Because Nakagami's injured and screwed a tendon up on his finger. And someone was like, you have ruined the riders, not letting them have a proper recovery.
Like accusing you?
Yeah, on my posts, I was like, all right, sorry, mate. My bad.
Dare you.
I can't, I'm sorry. Like, first, I'm not Cameron Beaubier off by saying he's going to crash.
I know. You've just said Isan Guevara is going to break his leg or something as well.
Oh my God, yeah, jeez. I'm ruining these riders' careers, aren't I?
Yeah.
I've already hyped up Pedro Costa too much as well, so he's just going to
he's going to disappear, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shit. It's all my fault. Oh, well.
To be fair, you're leading the predictions, so maybe you're onto something here.
I don't want to be predicting that Guevara is going to break his leg, though, to be honest.
I think he's sabotaging the rest of us, though. He's making predictions and then he's saying things like that and then they're coming true. And sabotaging the rest of us.
I got my genie in a bottle, like, right, this weekend, Guevara is going to finish 16th for no points. Yeah, every time. But, yeah, in the Moto2, though, Dixon did all right in 4th. Congratulations to Jake Dixon, by the way. He's going to be a dad.
Hey, he's going to have a baby.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. His wife's going to have a baby, but yeah.
Yeah, his wife's going to have it. And then he said, what did he say on BT Sport earlier on the interview? They did an interview with him on the grid and he was like, well, at least I've proven that I've still got the prowess in the bedroom on live TV. I was like, bro.
I'm so glad I did not see that.
Jacob.
I was like, dude.
This is a family show.
Yeah, I was like, jeez. Jake, naughty boy.
Well, it's no worse than having a Dennis Rodman helmet, so.
That's true, that's true. You might trigger Matt Oxley with that one. And that's not what you want, is it?
I don't know, is it?
No, it's not, because then you get Twitter going angry at you.
You'd get a few people coming at you with that one.
Weird how people are like that. Anyway.
Funny that. But yeah, it was nice to see Dixon up there, though. I'm glad he didn't crash, to be honest. He was really, to be fair, in the fight for the podium, to be fair. He looked good. Solid in the wet. He's a decent wet weather rider, to be fair. Given that he crashed out of Portimao at the lead. You know, he's kind of redeemed himself a little bit for that, I think, now today.
Too much pressure on Portimao. Just because he knew that he could win it. And it was just,
every time he crashes out of a lead, most times, every time he leads, he pretty much just crashes. And bad MotoGP memes makes a meme out of it every week. Like a force of habit thing where Mar just screaming.
Then the fan club just erupts.
Yeah, and BT Sport just go mental.
Yeah. I joined that Jake Dixon fan club.
No, wait, you've joined
for a while. I did for a while, but I couldn't handle it. I'm sorry if there's anyone in here listening, but
I follow a page on Twitter, but I'm not in the official fan club.
The owner of that fan club does listen to this podcast and said that we were all sexist and that women will never listen to this podcast because we swear on it. Is that guy? Yeah.
Oh.
So he doesn't listen anymore.
He still listens.
That's awkward.
He still listens.
He still listens. Okay.
I mean, I couldn't handle it in there, unfortunately. It wasn't for me.
It's just too much bootlicking. I'm banned from that group, so.
It's not that I'm not a fan of Jake Dixon. I'm not a fan of the Jake Dixon fan group. Page
thing,
perhaps. Yeah. Cult. Anyway.
Cult. Yeah, I'm banned from it because I criticize Jake. And that's illegal. That's absolutely illegal.
People that
fan clubs are weird though, because I think you need to be able to hold your hands up and say when a rider's actually performed badly. Like, not every weekend is a good weekend. And if you think that every weekend is a good weekend, then there's something wrong there.
Yeah. It's just a bit... Yeah. Yeah, like, you got to be able to accept it. But when... Like, I remember that when he closed down the group, the later end of it, Jake crashed, like, loads of times earlier this year. I think it was Portimao and Jerez, he crashed. And Jake was getting loads of shit in that group, and the owner of the group closed it for a few weeks.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I think it was after that I joined because I wanted to be part of the new, fresh, woke Jake Dixon fan club group.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't
the
that.
Brands us as a sexist because we swear, and apparently women can't listen to swear words because it breaks their little eardrums. Sorry, Lauren.
I've sat here for the last 10 minutes like, oh shit, this is awkward.
Yeah, this is fuck. Female host in the podcast.
I saw there, sorry. Oh god.
Oh no. Lauren, destroying your own kind there.
That's it. Hang up now.
Yeah, we should just end it at that. Yeah.
Yeah. But on to Moto2 though. Salach was definitely a surprise of the day today, I think. I don't think anybody had him in the books for a podium.
No.
Well, we didn't.
Well, no, definitely not. But at the same time, he's, like you said in Moto3, there's the there or thereabouts riders. Like, that's Philip Salach this season.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know he's a rookie, but he's been good. And I think this will be really good for him, getting on the podium and then staying with the team next year. Like, I think we'll see a lot more of him next season.
Yeah, it's a massive confidence booster for him because he's been there or thereabouts all year, as you just said. You know, at Qatar, he was fifth and then he crashed out. And this, to know that he can stand on a Moto2 podium outright, yes, it was only 8 laps, but the fact that he can do that will massively boost his confidence, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Good to see.
Sick. I mean, Canet in third did genuinely look like he was going to win the race at one point, to be fair, before it started raining.
I thought it was going to be the best thing ever. Like, that would have been the story. Like, breaking the bow tie, bam, win.
I desperately wanted it, but then I desperately wanted Chantra to crash out, and my heart just broke when he crashed.
I thought you just said I desperately wanted him to crash out.
No.
Yeah, I think you got your words slightly mixed up there.
Okay.
You desperately wanted him to win.
That tang fasting, and you'd maybe get it right.
I mean, sweets. Yeah. I didn't want him to crash out of the race.
Yeah. I don't think anyone wanted him
to win.
Yeah.
Desperately wanted him to win. That's what you meant to say.
I think the whole of Thailand wanted him to win, though. Fairness.
I got to the race when he came on the TV screen, and the fans just erupted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am sad. I think we were robbed of because he's crazy as well. Like, I think it'd have been hilarious to see him on the podium.
Oh, his after race interviews are always incredible. Like, imagine he'd won. Park Ferme would have been mental. Like, it would have been so good. Yeah.
But we can dream. He's got next year anyway, so.
Yeah.
Always next
There's
time.
more wins for that chap.
Yeah,
that's
there is
for sure.
Yes. Right, on the point side of things, before we move to MotoGP, Augusto Fernandez leads the championship still with 138.5 points. 1.5, this is going to get really annoying really fast. 1.5 over Ayagura. Aaron Canet third with 53.5 behind. Celestino Vietti is 1.5 points off of being out of championship contention. Is 73.5 points back. Arbolino in fifth. Acosta in sixth because the fastest rookie. Robert seventh. Dixon eighth. Chantra ninth. And Lonzo Lopez in 10th, which is to me mental that he's got 110 points given he missed his first 7 rounds.
Think of what's going to happen next year when he has all the races. Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. Bien Salach jumped up to 28th overall as well. So, moving to MotoGP with the predictions. Marco Bezzecchi on pole.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
The 10th pole position of the year.
I said
Yeah.
I was like, it'll probably be Bez, but I won't say that. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah, because obviously Bez is like, definitely the guy you put on pole position. Where the fuck did he come from?
Though.
Yeah,
he's happy about it though. I love Bez. He's amazing.
Really?
So fine, good.
They celebrated it like it was a win, which I think made it even better.
Oh yeah. Thing is, like, that also means that there have been, so there's been 10 different riders on pole this year. 7 of them have been Ducati riders. It's only Luca Marini who hasn't had a pole position this year.
He's not a pole position sort of person, though.
He's never been a pole man. Never. No, he's had maybe the odd one, but he's like a fodger. He's more of like a, build up to it in the race. But on the prediction side of things, Lauren and I went for Miller, Jacob Binder, Cameron Marquez, who nearly got it, to be fair. If he hadn't have nearly crashed at the last corner.
It also could have been Miller if his bike hadn't have broke,
hadn't have...
Or whatever happened to it.
The exhaust blew out. The exhaust blew up.
I don't know.
Yeah, the exhaust blew up. Yeah, somebody I knew who was there said so, yeah. So, in third place, so in the actual race, Oliveira won, which was surprising, but not really surprising when you're given it was wet. Miller second and Bagnaia third. So third place I went for Marquez, so did Jacob. Cameron went Aleix Espargaro. Lauren went Miller, so Lauren gets a point. Second place I went for Bagnaia, who finished third, so I get a point. Jacob Quartararo, Cameron Miller, so Cameron gets 5. And Lauren Vinales. And then for the win, I went with Miller. Wasn't far off. Jacob Aleix, Cameron Marquez, and Lauren Quartararo. So I get 2 points, Cameron gets 5, Jacob gets 0, and Lauren 1. So the point standings leaving Thailand. Myself with 287 in the lead. Cameron second with 235. Ryan 168. Jacob 163. And Lauren with a 5-0, 50 points.
Nice. Round 50. Very good.
Nice number.
Mm.
So
what was the result in what was the flyaway Mandalika at the start of the year? What was the result there?
The race results.
Oliveira, Fabio,
and Zarco.
Was it?
Yeah.
For some reason in my head it was like almost a carbon copy of this. Like all the
I thought it was Miller. Miller was there, yeah.
Yeah, but he dropped back, yeah. I think he finished 4th.
That'll be why.
Yeah, but the race was actually obviously it was stopped for a while, and then they were about to start the race and they delayed it again on the grid because somebody collapsed.
Oh no.
Oh, I didn't realise that's what it was.
Yeah, I'm hoping they're all right because they had to be taken away in an ambulance. So fingers crossed they're all right. I don't know who it was, but wishing them well. But the race then finally got underway in the wet conditions, and Miguel Oliveira very quickly has kind of shown him to be a bit of a wet weather specialist.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think he'd carry that over onto the Aprilia though next year?
He'll do that in the dry on Aprilia.
Yeah, I think it'll be a more well-rounded bike.
Yeah, it's a much better bike, I think, for all. KTM, you saw during the race that KTM was excelling in those conditions. Ralph Fernandez was 9th at one point.
Yeah.
And then dropped back as soon as it started drying up and the dry line came up, he finished 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just a case of him struggling in the KTM just performs a lot better in the rain kind of thing. But for Oliveira started 11th and won the race.
That's a good show.
Guevara obviously couldn't do that. So not sure what went on with the Guevara, but
it didn't rain, that's why.
No, that's it. But yeah, the fact that he could just carve through the field like that, because, he got past like Jack Miller, Marc Marquez, Johan Zarco, Bagnaia, like, who were all obviously pushing as hard as they could, but yeah, he just absolutely stormed to the front. I did think it would be Jack Miller again, to be fair, given that he was just being able to, he was at the front and just kind of pulling away.
Yep.
I thought he was going to have Miguel at the end too. He was trying it, but...
Yeah, he was. Another guy who was trying it was Johan Zarco, who I genuinely, with 6 laps to go, thought he was going to win that.
I really want to be a fly on the wall in Ducati's garage to know whether or not it was team orders.
Well, right. Tardozzi was going mental at somebody in Pramac after the race. I don't know if you saw. Tardozzi was angry at somebody in Pramac, which is a bit weird. And then you had the other two of the three blooming Samaritans or whatever from Ducati. Yeah, three Musketeers. Yeah, and then you had Gigi and whatever his name is, Paolo, who were like happy in the garage. But Tardozzi was like angry and had stormed out the garage. And I was like, what the fuck? But
it's just... Sorry, I was just saying, it's just way too much of a coincidence that he catches up by like, what, a second a lap? Near enough.
He had the pace to win.
And then suddenly he's like, this is fourth is fine.
Yeah, it's weird. But the thing is, Zarco confirmed after the race that there are, to French TV, that there are team orders for every Ducati rider bar Bastianini.
Right.
And the team order is you finish behind Pecco unless you think you can win the race, which is why Miller could win in Japan, which is why Bastianini won in Aragon, because they let the issue. One of the reasons I believe is why Bastianini doesn't have a team order is because his manager Carlo Pernat has basically said, if you want to put team orders against Bastianini, pay as a fee and we'll do it. They said, we'll do it, but pay as a fee, because obviously Bastianini makes most of his salary from race results and race bonuses. So he's not going to give away a win, an X amount of money, just so Bagnaia can finish second when they're not even, just for Bagnaia to win, because then he's costing himself money. So Pernat, his manager, is basically saying, this is obviously, I don't know, this isn't like fact, but this is what I've read online from good journalists on Twitter. Basically saying that, we'll do it as long as you pay us. But
I hate that so much.
Yeah.
I
I respect the grind, but I don't like the team orders kind of thing.
Well, on Bastianini's side, great. But for all the rest of the riders to just sit down and go, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because Marquez was going to have Bagnaia as well.
Yeah.
And then Zarco just, slices through Marquez.
Like nothing.
Like nothing. And then suddenly can't even
hit the apex in the next corner.
Yeah, can't even make a pass on Bagnaia. Did he pass him once and he just cut back?
He didn't even look.
Oh no, it was Marquez. Yeah, it was Marquez that made the pass.
Thing is,
I'm so mad. I'm so mad at Zarco.
I'm mad for him because I wanted to win the race, but he's getting so much hate on social media now, Zarco, because at the end of the day, right, Zarco's doing his job. He's paid by Ducati, right?
That's true.
He has got a lot to give to Ducati. They gave him a lifeline after the whole KTM fiasco. They gave him a Vintia seat, then they put him in the Pramac squad. He's with them for the last few years. He's been with Ducati longer than he was with Yamaha, then with KTM. He owes a lot to Ducati. And I think, and if Ducati are telling him, do this, please, to help our rider out, I think for Zarco, the least he could do on maybe this occasion was just go, yeah, okay.
I hate it though. I hate it in the sense of not that Pecco's being handed a championship, but just to be helped along the way when other riders that you're battling
has to work for it,
and Aleix has to work for it as well. No one's helping them. Why do you get a helping hand? It's not. Yeah. It's not fair.
Pay to win.
If Bagnaia wins the championship by 3 points, I'm going to be so mad.
Yeah.
2 points. Because that was the difference. That was the difference today.
Yeah, well, thing is, if the team orders on Bastianini had been active in Aragon, he'd be leading the championship now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Bastianini obviously cost him that those 5 points. But it's a weird one because I don't agree with it either. I don't like it. Even Bagnaia was like, no, I want to fight for this championship. I don't want to be given the championship. But in the other way,
if people are going to help me.
Well, yeah, it is. It's like, I don't want team orders, but at the same time, if you're going to enforce them, then I'm not going to say no.
I'm not going to say no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a tricky one because it becomes then one thing I don't like about Formula One is the team orders. When you see riders, like you see them on the, they tell riders, like drivers, to swap places. Like, okay, we're going to do a reverse now, and both you swap places now because they've got more pace. It's like, that's not what racing's about. Racing's about beating the guy in front of you. You could be 2 seconds a lap faster, but if you can't overtake the guy in front of you or girl in front of you, then unfortunately, you're not the better racer that day, even if you are faster on track. And it's about being who is the best racer on track. And then for teams to come in and be like, oh, no, we don't, we're gonna script it. At the end of the day, Ducati have put 8 bikes on the grid to make sure that they have enough of a battle for the championship. And when you've got, in qualifying yesterday, the top 7 with only one non-Ducati, which was Fabio in 4th, if you don't win the championship, then...
But it's mad when you look at the rest. That like Pecco's second and the other 2 people battling for the championship are not Ducatis. How is that possible? Like, it should be... All the top bikes should be Ducatis in the championship, realistically.
Yeah.
Like, where are they going so wrong that they're not like completely done? Like, yeah, the constructors, they've already wrapped that up, but why in the Riders' Championships are they not just completely dominating? And now they're using their other riders to help Pecco out rather than it being a battle between all the Ducati bikes.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I mean, when you look at standings, 4 Ducatis can still theoretically win the championship. But, you know, and you've got Bagnaia in 4th who's 39 points back, but he's probably not going to win.
No.
But then it's like you said, you'd expect it to be like a Ducati 1, 2, 3 in the championship, especially given the riders they've got. They got like Jorge Martin, Johan Zarco, Jack Miller, Bastianini, Bagnaia. All these riders are very, very, very capable of pulling out a very strong result. And they're not. They're not. None of them are consistent enough.
No, even Pecco's not consistent enough. That's just, like, none of their 8 riders have proven to be.
And I tell you what, I do feel horrendously sorry for Fabio this year, because if he had got the top speed that he was asking for at the start of the year, he would. It'd be a different story.
He'd have won it by now. That's the thing. I think next year will be a very different story. Even if he doesn't, well, I think massively if he doesn't win it this year, it'll not be on for lack of trying, for sure. And I think if he gets his top speed next year, I've said it before, like, I think Bastianini and Bagnaia will trip themselves up trying to fight each other. So. And I think Fabio will have a big shout at winning next year.
Well, there'll be too many egos in that, because at the moment in that factory Ducati squad, the Miller and Bagnaia is obviously very harmony. They've got a lot of harmony. That's the word I was going to try and fail to say. Thank you for that. I like it, respect it. I would have screwed that up. I was going to say like harmonious. So yeah. They've got a lot of harmony in the team right now. Next year, 2 Italians battling for an Italian manufacturer to be the top Italian. The egos in that group, knowing
not with the 3 of them pulling puppet strings with Gigi and not like it's going to be chaos. It's going to be absolute chaos.
So toxic. It's going to be. It's one of the reasons why Dovi left, because it was just toxic, and it's going to be a case of, like I said, like the egos, because Bagnaia's won like 5 races this year, and Bastianini's won 4 races this year, and he's got another race in him somewhere. I just said race instead of race. He's got another race win inside of him as well.
They're going to end up dumping a championship contender because something will go wrong, and they're going to either dump Pecco or Bagnaia in a year or 2.
It'll be Pecco. I can guarantee you.
Do you think?
Knowing what Ducati have done in the past, it'll be Pecco for Marquez.
Oh, why is that? That's so stupid.
That would be nice. I'd actually love that. To be fair.
I still think that Ducati will put the money up for Marquez one day.
No.
When that 24 deal runs out, they've got the money. I think between KTM, with obviously Red Bull being very rich, and Ducati being very rich with Lamborghini and all that, and
I don't see Mark wanting to move though.
I could see Marcus finishing his career at Honda, to be fair.
Yeah, I think he wants to. If this doesn't work, then that'll be the end of him.
Yeah, I think
he's proven that it's nearly there though. Another 1% for Marc Marquez, and he's winning.
Not even that.
A lot.
I think he's still riding at like 80%. I think.
Yeah.
Which is mental. And
this is how he should have come back the last time round, but he came back obviously with his arm still somewhat injured, but now it's actually healed. It's like, well, healing, I should say, properly. Yeah. This will be a much better return for Mark.
I fully think he'll win it like Phillip Island. I fully think it, because he's got a very strong record at Phillip Island anyway. And these last 2 races, every time he saves the bike, every time he does that save, every time he leans around, every lap he does, that arm is getting stronger. The muscle's being built. He's now got 2 weeks of not riding a bike where those muscles now, obviously with his diet and all that, can grow because he'll feed the muscles and make them grow, and he's worked himself enough to be able to do that. And now at Phillip Island, he'll have an extra 5% in him, I think, which will be enough to tip it in his favour of winning the race.
Podium, yes. I don't want to go off too soon and say race wins, but I do think he'll be up there.
I fully think. We'll doing our predictions next week, but I'm putting it as Marquez to win already. So
right, noted.
Yeah, note that down. Note that down.
Right,
but
okay. There's a midweek training injury or something.
No, his diplopia comes back, and then it's just.
Oh no, that'd be the worst.
That'll be so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Vinales went from 22nd to 7th today. Probably one of my rides of the race, to be fair.
Ride of the race.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah.
Fucking good race.
He is quite good. Vinales, actually, isn't he?
Yeah. He's all right.
He knows what he's doing.
I just want him to get that win, though, because I'm a bit annoyed that he's come out and said, I'm going to start winning races after he got a few podiums on Aprilia, and now he's nowhere. And it's like, that's a bit embarrassing, but at the same time, like, he has been good in the same breath. It's not like he's been bad, but you need to back it. If you're going to say that, you need to back it up. You can't just say that and then not do anything about it.
Yeah.
No. I've just realised Marco has actually finished 16th.
I know.
Horrendous.
That thing is, that drop 1 placing destroyed his race.
Yeah.
Because he was pulling away. He was in his rhythm and he was in his game zone and he was pulling away.
That's because he got like a 3-second advantage at the start of the race.
Yeah. But like, as soon as that came in and he had to drop that place off, he just got sucked into the pack and then he just never recovered it again. Which was a shame, but he still beat Fabio Quartararo, so... given that Fabio is... he got a podium back in Indonesia, and
that's
we're like,
his
he
only
can do...
good wet weather performance.
Yeah, we're like, okay, right, he's destroyed his wet weather demons, he can get on the podium now. And nowhere. He even said today, after the race, that it was the scariest experience of his life.
I'd say that too, with Alex Marquez diving up the inside of me.
Yeah, I'd be terrified of that, to be honest.
After what happened the last time Marquez came diving up the inside of him.
Yeah.
Or the outside of him, even worse. Like, not surprised. He was scared. It wasn't he didn't have a good start, and then things just went from bad to worse. And then he had like a moment and all of a sudden he was 18th or something. So.
Yeah, it didn't exactly go to plan today, and the fact that it's weird, like, this is MotoGP though for you, it's crazy. So 2 races ago, Pecco was 30 points back on Fabio. Then it was, after Aragon, then it was 10.
Yep.
And then Pecco crashes out and it goes down to 18. Now, a week later, when we're like, oh, fucking hell, Pecco, even I was thinking to myself, I was like, right, screwed it now, this is it, Fabio's championship. It's now 2 points between them. Mm-hmm. At one point, if Bagnaia had finished second, it'd be leading the championship now. I think with 3 races to go now, unless something insane happens, because a few weeks ago I said, Bagnaia's got a mistake in him, Quartararo's got a mistake or a bad race in him. Both of them have had that now.
They still haven't battled each other though. And I think if it comes down, if the next race, Pecco and Fabio are beside each other, Pecco is crashing out of the race.
Fully, yeah. But I still think the fact that Aleix Espargaro has gone from 22 points behind to 20 today as well, he's still fully in it.
If Fabio's not going to win, I want it to be Aleix.
Like, everyone's 100%. It would be the most insane thing ever. Like, even more insane than Johan Mir winning in 2020.
Everyone's becoming a Aleix fan all of a sudden though this last year. Like, I'll admit it too, a couple of years ago, he used to be that rider that everyone complained about, and all everyone he was doing was complaining, and he used to have fights with Jorge Lorenzo on Twitter, and it was it was amazing. But now everyone loves him, so
I still remember when Jorge Lorenzo posted a photo of like Alicia's career achievements on Twitter and was like, "Is this you?" or something like that. You're like, "Oh my god, bro!"
Oh, it was so good.
It's like, you've not won a race, mate. Shut up. Yeah. Oh, mate. Oh, but yeah, it's. But the Alicia's still in it as well. Oh, it's going to be spicy. With 3 races to go. There's 2 points between the championship leaders. There's 1.5 points between the Moto2 leaders.
Just let them have it out. Like, just let Pecco and Fabio fight now. Like, no one else show up to the next 3 races. Like, just let the two of them.
Give them like a 10-second buffer at the front. And
just let them line up and race.
Yeah,
I thought you meant like actual fight. Like,
well, that could work too.
Get them the boxing ring, like at Thailand pre-event at Thailand.
Race, anything would do.
Yeah,
rather
get
than actually
those snowmobiles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
Hell yeah. But yeah, but Alex Marquez as well was right behind Mark at one point. I genuinely was kind of hoping for a battle between them two.
Yeah. That would have been good.
I think if Alex had tried to make a move, though, imagine he'd taken him off.
Oh, it would have been horrendous. Oh, I think though they'd have probably hugged it out in the gravel trap.
Do you think? I think I would have started swinging if my sibling had taken me out.
Yeah, I mean, if Mark was fighting for a championship, then it'd be a bit different. I think, but because Mark is just very much like, I'm top Honda still.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, but yeah, and Franco Morbidelli was the fastest Yamaha as well.
Yeah, still in 13th though. Like, it wasn't a great race still.
The fact that it's top Yamaha finally, whoa. Finally, so we had Cal Crutchlow score the manufacturer's points last weekend, and now it's Franco Morbidelli. So it's nice to see some other Yamaha riders finally putting in the, what they're paid to do in for once.
Finally.
Yeah, wow. 3 points?
Yeah, 3 points. Yeah.
Great.
Juicy.
Wow. Yeah. But as well, I just want to go back on the Zarco quick because I've seen a lot of hate. He's getting a lot of hate at the moment on social media. Because
hate saying what though? Like what are people's
like calling him a fraud, calling him a cuck, calling him like pathetic. Yeah, he's being called a cuck. Which is hilarious. But he's getting a lot of like people just shitting on him basically for not overtaking Bagnaia. But at the end of the day, like if your boss tells you to do something, you're gonna do it.
True. So be mad at the boss. Be mad at the guy.
Yeah, I am more mad at the Ducati
more than anything.
Yeah.
But Lucas Mahias put it like the freaking funniest thing ever. I just wanted to quote it quick because if I can find his Instagram, what is it? Lucas Mahias. He put something on Instagram that was so funny. He put a photo of like somebody like kissing some shoes. And it said, Zarco criticized for following employers' plans by people who have been pointing at their company for 20 years and crawling into their boss's office covered in lacquer and rough shave to mourn their week of vacations. The madness of social networks. And yeah, it made me laugh.
Wait, what? I feel like I need to visualize that. What?
He's basically saying like people like shitting on Zarco are the same people who go into work tomorrow and like kiss the boots of their boss.
Oh right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
hilarious. That is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so funny. It's funny if you read it, all right? Fucking. But
okay, wait. I'll read it in my own time. Don't worry.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Good idea. Yeah.
Perfect.
And thankfully, Luca Marini has still finished every race he has entered in MotoGP, despite his crash. He crashed, he walked off, and I was like, no, you've ruined it. You've ruined it. But thankfully, he did get back on and finish the race. So he has finished every race he's entered.
What a legend.
Do you think he started walking off and then someone informed him that he needed to continue? And he was like, oh,
but you've got a record coming on here, mate. Get back on the bloody bike.
Yeah.
Like Dennis Onshue, Moto3, he's finished every race this year.
Yeah, true.
I don't know if there's any Moto2 ones. Jeremy Koba was it.
He crashed today.
He's crashed today. And then let's have a look. Oh, shit. There we go.
Ben Schneider.
No.
Is it Ben Schneider? Yeah, it is Bo.
Really?
Yeah, big boy Bo. Nice one.
That's like the big boy Brad Binder. What did you say last week?
Big balls Brad Binder. BBBB.
Like Bo Ben Snyder. Yes.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's just check our notes to see if there's anything we've missed, because we always miss stuff. Oliveira's great in the grain, yes, as we know. Great. Make Miller great again happened. Yeah. Zarco not overtaken Pecco. Done great today. Great pace from Mark again. Yeah. Fabio shat the bag. Nice. I like that.
Well,
Fabio, who wrote that?
Did Lauren?
Right, okay.
it was quick notes. Declan was like, I hope you have your notes. And I was like,
it's like shit. Yeah, Pecco somehow had a good race in the rain.
Yeah, he's not good in the rain, and somehow.
No. It's because he's better than Fabio, so he's going to, yeah.
It's because he knew Fabio wasn't there. He was like, time to shine. I think if Fabio was behind him, Pecco would have shot the bag, so.
Yeah, he would. And then Aleix got a long lap penalty, which I thought was ridiculous.
Well,
wait, why?
No, well, in Moto3, if someone had done that in Moto3, they would have got a long lap penalty. So for consistency's sake, yes.
It's the opening lap, though. Like, if it was like 12 laps in, then yeah, fair enough. But it's the opening lap.
Adrian Fernandez, I've just remembered this, got a double long lap penalty for taking Sergio Garcia out for the next round for Phillip Island. He's got to take a double long lap penalty.
Wasn't the opening lap?
Yes, last corner of the opening lap.
Back. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Consistency and all that. We're always moaning about race direction not being consistent, so yeah, I can't really complain about that.
And Fabio got the long lap for running Aleix out wide. Like, when you look at it consistency-wise, it makes sense. Like, he did dive bomb Brad Binder and take him off the track.
Wait, somebody dive bombed Brad Binder? Normally it's the other way around. What?
I know, and Darren wasn't even involved. It was crazy.
I know, bloody hell. Incredible. Right. The championship standings going into Australia. That was terrible. Never doing that again.
Was that? I thought you just like tripped over your words. I didn't even think it was an attempt at an accent.
That was not an attempt.
Australia. Never doing that. Fuck you.
Well, you don't say the Oz bit, mate. You just go Australia.
Australia, mate.
Australia, mate. Joel Kelso, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Maybe you just stick to your own.
We'll have it down in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks' time, he'll be fluent in Australian.
Practicing it. Yeah. Like, what is it? Get the shrimp on the barbie, mate. There you go. That's good, wasn't it? Oh.
I think that's oh my God.
Get the shrimp on the barbie. That was like the South African one.
Stop saying it.
No,
it's not any better.
No, I don't know where that was from. Oh dear.
The only accent I can do is a Scouse accent. That's it. I'm not doing that because it might hurt your ears. So
I've heard you do your Scouse accent.
Yeah.
If that's your attempt at an Australian accent, then
it's fucking shite.
What was that?
What? I just said fucking shite.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounded a little bit Scottish.
Is that your Scottish attempt? Yeah.
No, that's disgusting. I would never do that. That's rancid. Scum country and all that. So the championship standings in MotoGP heading into Australia is Fabio Quartararo in first, Bagnaia in second, 2 points behind, Aleix Espargaro third, 20 points back, Bastianini fourth, 39 points back, Miller fifth, 40 points back.
Miller for the championship.
Everyone's saying that. Everyone's saying that at the moment.
100%.
Honestly, though, imagine if Jack Miller won the freaking championship.
That Viva Miller page literally.
Oh my God.
It's my favourite. Yeah, no, it needs to happen.
Like the dolphin one. What did he post earlier? That Miller had been overtaken by a dolphin or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's unreal.
The crash of the cart taking them to the podium as well was quite funny.
Oh, yeah. And then they always do one where it's like, what? Pecco in front and Miller in second. And it's like Pecco and then Miller in like a little trailer behind.
Yeah, with the gun. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
And the calendar for next year is just Australia for 21 rounds.
Hell yeah.
That's quite good.
And they did like Jack Miller super mega stonks today as well.
All of it's so good. The videos, you ever watch the videos? Page. Oh my God, the videos that they make as well
the videos
are the
class.
funniest
Like
things.
the long ones are like a minute longer. He's like...
It's like Viva Miller.
Yeah, Viva Miller. Like when Marquez returned to Aragon and he face out to be Jack Miller.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Wait, what page is this? Is this
Dios Miller?
Dios Miller AUS on Instagram.
I can't believe you don't follow them.
I'm still on I'm still on the Viva Miller thing here. Wait on that.
Yeah, that is Viva
That
Miller.
is it. Dios Miller.
He birthed Viva Miller.
Yeah.
Dios Miller Oz. Excellent. Good.
Yeah.
Following.
Follow that. So,
That's
and
fun.
the funny thing is, you may have seen, like on the broadcasts, a load of people in the grandstand with the Viva Miller shirts on over the weekend. Yeah, one of those guys is Axel Peterson, who is a Thai racer, who's going to be on the podcast soon. So that's a little link back to Dios Miller. And he was messaging me today because he was at the circuit. And he's like, "Can I hop on the podcast this week? You want to be on it today?" And I was like, "No, not today, bro."
Instead of Jacob, why not?
It could have worked. Yeah.
Next week,
maybe. And he's lucky though. Arenas even gave him a one of the wheels from his bike after a crash.
Oh, sick.
Well, they're probably just going to throw it out anyways.
Yeah, and he gave. What did he do? He bought Sergio Garcia an ice cream as well. So yeah, that's Axel. You can't even see it, but yeah, that's Axel who was with the Dios Miller shirt as well. So yeah, that's a random little tidbit for you.
Awesome.
Sick. So yeah, back on the championship standings. Binder 6th, Zarco 7th, Oliveira 8th, Martin 9th, and Vinales 10th.
Cool.
Great.
Sick.
Not
One last thing before we end. Wanted to just give a little shout out, well, not really a shout out, but wish my wellness and health to Chrissy Rouse, who crashed during race 3 in Donington today at the British Superbike races. He was unconscious at the scene and is now in a medically induced coma. You might know him from the Chasing the Racing podcast. He is the owner of that one, the main host of that one. So just think about Chrissy Rouse tonight. Hoping we hear some good news soon. No, he's a good lad, tough cookie. So hoping he can pull through. We saw Gino Ria pull through from a horrendous accident recently. So if that's that for anything, just gives us motivation that he can do it. So yeah, I think that's everything we've got time for.
Yeah.
And we said this was going to be shorter. And
It's
look at
nearly
us
2
now.
hours.
2 hours later.
Oh dear.
I'm not coming up with anything to talk about next week.
God, next week I'll try and see if I can get Joshua Watley on. I'll ask him.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Again. And last time the team said no, but yeah. So I'll have to get Joshua
I've
Watley
only
on.
chatted to Scott before. I haven't chatted to Josh before.
Josh is a freaking road man. He's great.
You
He's
said
like-
that a couple of weeks ago because you said Zonta or someone had the same accent as him.
Zonta. Yeah. And so does Colin Vieja.
Yeah.
Via, sorry. Yeah, but like Josh Watley is like, obviously you know Scott. He's like the complete opposite. He's a funny one.
Don't, because I'll start picking up things that he says. I start picking up people's accents when they talk.
Oh, he's like a proper road man. But
That'd be fun though. Yeah, we should get him on. Let's do that.
I'll ask him today. But I don't know if we're gonna have 5 people on the podcast. So we might have to. I don't know. Might drop Jacob again.
I'll disappear.
Nah. Well, I'll work it out.
Does Josh have 7 hours on his hands to talk?
That's
how long it'll be.
Yeah, fuck me. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this podcast, and we'll be back next week. Maybe with Josh, but I don't know. He's already cancelled on me once, so I don't know. We'll ask questions.
Ridiculous.
Josh. He does listen to this podcast sometimes. So does Joe Kelso.
I thought he was meant to be on episode 70.
Yeah, we're going to do 70. I didn't ask him, so.
Oh.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Who's to blame, really?
That's your fault, 100%.
Yeah, it's definitely my fault.
Well.
But I'll try and get a guest on. Otherwise, we can just talk about Australia. Enough.
We should just do an hour of teaching you an Australian accent.
Yeah, why not? Sick. Okay, well, hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we'll be back next week. Yeah, see you later. I've even got a Mick doing poster behind me, so I'm like kind of Australian, but I'm definitely not.
You're definitely not.
That's horrendous.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, sick. Bye.
Bye.